Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 9 review of series number 5, Snuff. Not dry snuff, not nasal snuff, American dipping snuff. So for this one, we will be looking at the second of 2 Levi Garrett products. These are new products. And we will be taking a look at Wintergreen Snuff, and the interesting part about this, it is the only product that is a flavored snuff that says so on the can. That is that the Skull Original actually at some point became fine cut on the packaging. Now that original review from I don't know how many years ago is now on this playlist. I moved it over about a month ago, but this is the only one that has Wintergreen and the word snuff after it. And this, out of the 2 Levi Garrett products, is the one that I was sort of surprised to be more interested in. So we're going to be taking this over to the desk, and taking a closer look at the packaging and the product inside. This review is thanks to Rex Doom, who was kind enough to source the 2 Levi Garrett products for me. As for the playlist that this is on, I will have it pop up towards the end of this video along with another video from that playlist. So let's take it over to the desk. And here we are. So as you can see, it is basically the same layout as the signature snuff of last week, except it has Wintergreen written on it, and the trademark and the cut flavor are in green themselves. There is a very thin line down here that's also green. Everything is flat to the can except for the thin American Snuff Company raised rim and the letters of Levi Garrett. Everything else is flat to the can, and I like it. Their first major shop, storefront, etc. was in Philadelphia. That was Garrett & Sons. And then American Snuff Company is now in Clarksville, Tennessee. LeviGarrett.com. You have a not so scrunched, but fairly long, about close to half the can maybe. Warning label, barcode, and then manufacturer's information. So it is a product of the American Snuff Company, LLC of Clarksville, Tennessee. It is only 70% U.S. tobacco. It is 30% imported tobacco. So it's only allowed in the United States, and it is in fact moist snuff. You know, the 70-30 wouldn't be such a big deal to me, but this product, or these 2 products, the signature and this Wintergreen Snuff, under the branding of Levi Garrett, are being priced in all markets, as far as I know, along the lines of Kodiak, pricing-wise. So, you know, that only 70? Anyway, so, and that is that. Going around to the back, we have a standard American Snuff Company can. L3 is what you're looking for. 3 is the last digit of the year, so it's 2023, and L, being that you skip the I, is the corresponding month, so this is November 2023 was the production date. And with that, we will open it up. Bands are having a papery cut, but they still feel the same on the thumbnail, which is a little confusing. They're sort of rubbery, but not. And the can's really locked down. I don't know if it's that indent along the edge. And there you go. So what we're looking at here is basically the same cut as the signature of last week, but this product is noticeably darker with no blonde highlights at all. All right. The moisture level to me seems up a little bit more. Pinching it, well, it's snuff, so, I mean, this is what you're looking at. Now, keep in mind you are under considerable magnification here. It's staining the paper towel a little bit. Moisture level seems fine. I'm not even trying to get it to stain, but if I do try, you can see it. And that is what you're looking at cut-wise. All right. Moisture's high enough that it is sticking to the old tweezers. And again, it looks considerably darker. There are no little tiny blonde bits scattered about. So we will be taking it back up top to see what I think. Everything looks consistent in the can. So everything looks good. The product is going to be quality. I am not worried about that at all. I am interested in the flavor profile, what they've tried to do here. So let's get back up top and we'll find out. And I am back. So I'm very interested to see how they go with this. Now, it could be one of two ways. It could be some sort of American Snuff Company Wintergreen, or if they've really decided to go after U.S. Smokeless for market sales, I'm wondering if they could be having a dark-fired undertone, but we will find out. It's more like the Skoal original. It's pretty potent wintergreen smell coming off the can. I'm surprised I didn't smell that when it was on the desk. It is about a foot away from me when I'm doing that over there. It's pretty strong. It is reminiscent of Grizzly products, which, I mean, it could very well be the case. I'm going to shove some fingers in there and get out as much as I can. Well, that went better than the last one, I'll tell you that much. My hands are all banged up, though. Man, these lids really lock down. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but it's almost a little surprising to the extent. Wow, there is a... Let me slide that around the side. There is a significant burn up front with that. Nicotine is definitely there. It is an American Snuff Company Wintergreen. It's not sweet like Copenhagen Wintergreen. There's a lot of flavor and nicotine right from the gate. This is because it's fine cut or snuff cut. I'm still trying to get the stuff off my hand. Man, there's a lot. And you know what? I'll tell you what. The Signature had a lot of nicotine. And I'll tell you why. Because I was uploading it afterwards and I forgot about the upload. I got sidetracked on something else, and I was up, I don't know what time in the morning. It was very, very early in the morning or very, very late at night, depending which way. I must have had it in for like well over an hour. And this would tell me right now that this isn't any different. There's a little bit more contact and saliva zing to it. It's the nicotine, but it's also because it's wintergreen. There's a good bit of burn, if anybody's still calling it burn anymore. That said, although it lines up flavor-wise with, in my mind, like a Grizzly Wintergreen, it's not quite as harsh. And because this is new, it would seem that the moisture level is actually up from the Grizzly product. Now, Grizzly, in my opinion, runs sort of dry, sort of like Skoal products, with a couple Skoal exceptions. So, although it is a American Snuff Company Wintergreen, it's not quite as harsh backdash sharp as like a Grizzly Wintergreen. And even within the Grizzly line, the Wintergreens vary a little bit. Like, one of the biggest surprises I've ever had in all the reviews I've done was when I did Grizzly Fine Cut Wintergreen, and it turned out to be a sweet product. Like a one-off out of nowhere, like, what? All of that said, this is not the Skoal original, all right? Because that has a very dark fire tobacco undertone to it, and this does not have that. That said, look, I've warmed to wintergreen over the last number of years. This is a pretty good one, flavor-wise. Nicotine, no complaints there. It'll be enough. I mean, I'm not going to claim that it's like Kodiak long cut wintergreen. I don't think it's at that level. That said, because it is a very fine cut, it hits you faster. So it basically comes down to whether you can deal with the cut. Okay? I think it's a pretty darn good, taste-wise, wintergreen. It deviates slightly from the Grizzly products. It's not quite as harsh. Smell-wise, like smell off the can, it's dead on with them. Trying to think if I have any other thoughts on this. It's going to be priced high. It's going to be priced like a Kodiak product. But I definitely think both of these, if not for anything else, the cans, because this may not be around forever. I've been saying it. Personally, I think American Snuff Company is way overstepping what is needed for their market share. But, I don't have all the information and intel they have, so, that's just opinion. But the cans are very nice. I like the cans. I like both of them. They're basically the same layout. Just to show you side by side. These, whoa, there we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. There. I prefer the wintergreen. Okay? That's what I'm going to... There was nothing wrong with the signature. It's just, over the last number of years, I've leaned or warmed to wintergreen and sort of slid away from naturals. So I like the wintergreen out of the two, but I think they're both worthy of a try. The biggest drawback to them would be if you're not used to dealing with fine cut. That could be a problem. That could be something that turns you off. But the cans look nice. The products in the cans are top quality. And for my own personal preference, I'm going to go with this one. So this has been my review of Levi Garrett Wintergreen Snuff. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy. I do thank you for watching. I do hope you all are well. As always, do take care of yourselves, and God bless.